about 6 to 7 knots and roughly 40 feet of water. Feel free to move around the boat if you like. Once you find the seat you do like, we suggest you stay seated. You never know when a wave is going to come along and bounce us around. It is part of the harbor, but we may have some waves at the end of the harbor generated by the ship traffic. As we proceed along in our harbor tour, I'll be pointing out several things we're seeing along the shoreline.
It's not happening by itself. There are things that we're doing to the planet to cause the climate to change. Climate change is going to have to take everybody to fix it. And I honestly believe people are talking more about it than doing things about it. It's kind of like they're sitting around waiting if it's really going to happen.
When I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to climate change. But after the hurricane, I was kind of like, this could happen at any moment. We have to take care of this country. I said this country. Forget this country. We need to take care of this world, because clearly with the crazy thing that's been happening recently, all these hurricanes, earthquakes, everything, we need to take better care of our earth.
I'm more knowledgeable about it now than I have been in the past, and it's really scary. It's really scary. Now, after Ike had passed, my thoughts of climate change, I'm more thoughtful of it now. I pay more attention to it now, And my common sense tells me that, with those glaciers and icebergs breaking, it's causing the seas to swell. Where did that water go? Water don't just evaporate like that. It's just kind of like having a big old piece of sculpture and sculpted ice or something. And then when it melts, it has to go somewhere. And that's what probably causing the seas to swell. And then it's probably causing these hurricanes.
Just everything in general, like you hear scientists talk about global warming is gonna happen and stuff like that. And you don't believe it at first until you actually see something of it. And I'm just worried for my generation coming up, because we only have God knows how much time left on here. And with everything that's going on, I don't want the earth to be in danger of water rising up and covering us up over the land. And what do? So I'm just worried to death about what's going to happen in the near future concerning the whole earth.
I think it's a great idea for this reason. The more and more the Arctic melts, the more and more water is going to be in the Gulf of Mexico. The more and more water that's in the Gulf of Mexico, Galveston Island is going to have erosion. So the more and more you dig and put sand back up on top, you're giving that water someplace to go, and you're keeping us from becoming a swamp. At present, the Galveston Parks Board has a machine that's out in the water, almost a mile out, that's dredging the floor, spraying sand back up onto the beach to create a beach. Because Galveston's main part of our economy is tourism. The tourists come here because there's a beach here. 100 years from now, Galveston Island may not be here. It may be that the warnings that are being given will at some point hit on ears that understand, who are in a powerful enough position to do something about it, which means emissions in cars, the oil refineries.
We live on an island. We see it every day, although we don't realize it as much, but we see it every day. Like with the waves and the wind and the trees and the plants and everything that goes on, we see it every day. And people who live off the island, they only see a portion of it. They don't get to see the full picture, as opposed to living on an island where you get to see it every day, slowly by slowly.
Hurricane Ike hit Galveston in 2008. It hit Galveston as a Category 3 hurricane. The year before, there was Hurricane Rita, which was supposed to hit Galveston Island, but went further east and hit in the Beaumont-Port Arthur area. And the only other hurricane that I can remember that was as devastating as that was Hurricane Carla, which hit in 1961. It was basically the same type of a hurricane as Hurricane Ike in 2008. Hurricane Carla covered probably 40% of the island with flooding. Hurricane Ike in 2008 covered 75% of the island, which was definitely devastating. Just a little idea of Hurricane Ike, and how it didn't make any difference who you were. The devastation of it was that we're all equal when it comes to the good Lord's work. You know, it doesn't matter to him whether you're rich or poor. And that was one of the things it stuck in my mind, because her wealth didn't do anything for her. You know, being a millionaire didn't help her. She was right there in line with people who lived in Palm Terrace and Cedar Terrace, which was public housing units, with the maids and the butlers and the cafeteria workers and the waitresses. She's in the same line with them, you know, and asking for the same thing they're asking for, a hand up or a hand out, whichever you want to call it.